cool, the garage. Oh, I'm waiting for that.
Sure, why not?
Alright, then it's gonna fucking, yeah, what comes up must come down. You know what, fuck it. Alright. So yeah, basically I'm like out of content to watch while I do shit like browse Twitter and do shit that isn't streaming. So
I see.
I basically just turned on a Metal Gear Survive stream because it was on. And I happened to tune in at the end, so that's why I kind of kept you waiting. Because
That's alright.
I just kind of wanted to see
See the disaster first.
how it would have ended. Do you want to know the ending?
Yeah, just tell me.
Alright, spoilers for the ending of Metal Gear Survive. Literally me just tuning in for that last like 10 minutes was all I've ever seen of the game. So,
Yeah.
I don't know anything that happened, but there's like this AI robot thing, and there's this giant tinfoil monster that they call it the Lord of Dust. I don't know if you know anything about this.
No, I don't. Okay.
It's a Metal Gear Survive original, and it looked really fucking stupid and out of place. It was like
Yeah, that's definitely Survivor original.
equivalent to the smoke monster in Lost, probably. And in order to defeat it, there was this AI that was like just a giant cylinder, essentially, with a HAL bite on it. And I'm assuming it was, you know...
That is a recycled asset.
That's like the narrator in Donkey's video. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I
That
didn't.
would just constantly say obvious things over and over again, like, you know, you need to replenish resources. You know, look out for monsters, shit like that.
Okay,
Well, there was this very heartfelt moment where it was like, I'm going to sacrifice myself in the tinfoil monster. Sorry, the Lord of Dust. So it's like, okay, it goes in the Lord of Dust's mouth, and then you have to shoot it with a railgun, and then it explodes and blows up the Lord of Dust's head, and then is dead, and then roll credits. So it's the achievement's called
fucking amazing.
the trophy's called Sacrifice, and then there's a post-credits scene where it just flies back and says that it survived. So it wasn't really a sacrifice; it was just one of those obvious bait and switches.
Why?
I think it was trying to create emotion. You know how it is.
Yeah, emotions, yeah. Okay.
The robot talked about experiencing
That's
fear,
over here.
you know, the classic stuff.
This sounds like the most tragic, like... It reeks like a knockoff of, like, just collective Metal Gear, like, plot points from the entire franchise.
Also, in the credits theme, it did the dun 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 song.
That's fucking terrible. I hate that.
I'm like, hey,
Fucking...
I'm like, hey,
That's shameful.
that's the Metal Gear song. What's that doing in here?
Yeah, like, why is that? That's shameful. It should not be used by this game. Jesus.
It's not on the other side, it seems.
The Lord of...
The name was so good.
I'm sad to see Metal Gear Solid die like this. And rest assured, it is dead.
I don't know what you're talking about. The pretend.
Did you hear about the sales number?
What, it sold 7?
Yeah, basically.
Well, Wilbo happened to buy one of them for some reason. It has to be that one. Come on.
Let's get the egg in. 30, we've done it.
31 even.
31.
So yeah, that's what happens when I run out of content to watch. I start watching Metal Gear Survive. It's been rough.
We need to get you new
I mean,
content.
the thing is, like, the MLSS hasn't been all week. I think that's like the buffer that just barely keeps it together.
Oh, has it not been on? I was wondering, like, where the notifications went. Did they not been on this week?
Ryan's been in Korea for a week.
Oh, okay. Oh, the stories he will tell when he comes back, I'm sure.
You know how it is. Northern Lion taking vacations.
Place your bets. What the first story will be about? I'm betting food.
Judging by his tweet, it'll probably be about selfies.
Oh, okay.
Because he made a tweet that was like, after being in Korea, I want a phone that, like, to prevent selfies, depletes 25% of your battery every time you take a picture. I'm like, alright.
So, I'm also gonna bet Rob is going to be
Racist?
his first question. Well, yeah. Well, yes. That's just kind of a given. That's not a prediction. That just happens. I'm gonna say that Rob will ask him if he ran into any of his old students there.
Oh, that'd be great.
And I'm gonna bet that is going to be Rob's first question. About Korea in general, specifically, rather than like any story Ryan is going to tell.
Yeah, if you don't watch the Northern Lion Live Super Show on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, it is good. That's my recommendation.
It is pretty good.
Ooh,
I guess
Monday.
like the best we can tell is good is that I am supremely massively cynical about watching like any new thing on YouTube or Twitch. So I'm like inevitably like my assumption is it's going to be some sort of cunt. But then I watched like the NLSS ones with Chris, and I was like, this is absolutely not what I was expecting from the name. I love it. You call it something like, oh, this is like the subscriber show or whatever, fuck. Yeah, you expect like, okay, this is gonna be some wacky
Twitch streamer XD.
Yeah, something like that, because like, you know, the name gives you that impression. It's like, oh, this subscriber show, whatever. The username subscriber show. And it's just kind of like, okay. And then you watch it, and then like within like the first 5 minutes, they're talking about like and having like philosophical arguments about food.
Classic.
And it's like, and it's just kind of like, oh, these are my people.
That's what we should do. Except I don't eat nearly as much food, and I actually don't know any celebrities at all. So.
I mean, I don't eat fast food because I am broke, poor, and also just. Nah,
Did I say fast food?
I mean, most of the shit they talk about is fast food.
Listen, Moldy, what do you mean
like
by
food in
teacher
general?
mama?
I could probably. Do you remember that? Where like, he was in.
Oh right, yeah.
Korean students kept calling the
yeah.
a black guy Obama or whatever.
Yeah, I remember now. I mean, that's what we get, I guess.
Yeah.
When was the last time we did Salmon Run? 2 days ago?
Yes. Why do you ask?
I'm just wondering. Sometimes I just lose track. Whether it's one day or not. Shit, I hate when it bumps you and then stops.
It's probably throwing you also so we did Monster Hunter last night.
Yeah, probably. And we're doing it again, baby. What do you mean I don't want to watch Monster Hunter? I can understand not wanting to watch
like...
Monster Hunter when someone's ahead of you. I wonder how it is when someone's not ahead of you.
You probably spend the entire time like watching how to use weapons and getting really fucked off with every time they fuck up. I mean, that's why I do with like any game I watch someone play that I play. I can't watch other people play Dark Souls half the time. It's just like I have the compulsion to either like reach my hands for the controller or their neck.
Well, that's probably the only way I'm gonna play it. So be there, be square, bitch.
I mean, like it's just a given. This is like I games like that, I'm just like, if you like play it wrong or whatever, or you play it like in any way worse than me, even if you're brand new, just there's some part of me that just like is compelled to murder you. I can't control it; it just happens.
All right, how many topics do you have?
I mean, I could probably bullshit several.
Oh my god. Talk about preparation, am I right?
I don't have any written down. I'm just like thinking about things that have happened to me, like in general recently.
Do you want to know something gross that happened to me?
Oh, well, yeah, sure. That's the sense.
It kind of is sick.
Well, what happened?
Basically, I was taking a poop, as every human being does, so it's not weird.
Almost, yeah.
Though it does feel weird to say.
See, the way you said that makes me feel like, are you actually human?
It makes me feel. Well, look,
I poop like you do, human.
Look, I just have to make sure, because it makes me uncomfortable to talk about stuff like this. Unlike other people can talk about shit like this just fine. You know, for me, I'm like, I don't really want to let people know that I'm like pooping, but I was pooping, and then for some reason I took a sharp intake of breath, and
okay.
Now I have a sore throat. So
I see.
I'm wondering if I inhaled fecal matter and then got an infection.
How destructively massive was your shit? Where was your head while you were taking a shit? Where was your position?
Nearest the toilet. You know how it is.
When you say nearish, do you mean you were bending over with your face against?
It's not a master bathroom.
Master bathroom?
Like a really big bathroom. You know, those ones with like the showers and the tubs and the double sinks and the toilet.
Okay,
and the
right.
Very high ceiling.
I mean, my concern is like, how is your face? If you when like you're sitting on the toilet, I don't consider that your face being near the toilet. If you're just sitting.
Oh, okay.
So that begs the question of where was your head?
Here it gets even. What face? Here it gets even worse. Okay, now we have to have the discussion. How do you wipe? While sitting down or while standing up?
While sitting down.
All right. Apparently that's a thing. Did we talk about that before?
No.
Okay, because apparently that's a thing that everyone does, and I was completely unaware of because I stand up. And I've done it my entire life.
I've never heard of that before.
Maybe it's because of how the toilet paper was always situated, but... So basically, I'm standing up, and then the toilet's down there, if you must know.
Okay. Okay, so this is then... If we follow the proposition that you may be sick from inhaling fecal matter, this begs the question, how destructively massive was your shit that there's fecal matter in the air?
I'm thinking fecal matter's always in the air, my dude. Baldy's a stand wiper. There we go. I didn't know they existed.
Stand wiper, not a joke.
JoJo reference. We finished part 4. I'm gonna have a review of that later. Like I'll spare you the details. But it's like there's always fecal matter in the air. Why do you think I have my toothbrush like covered up? So that whenever I or my brother take a shit, it doesn't get on my toothbrush.
What kind of shit?
It's always you don't understand what's in the air. You're breathing in like half dead skin right now, my dude.
I mean, no, that's fine. That's given. Whatever. We're built to adapt to that. My question is, what kind of shit are you taking that you're like sending up little swirly gusts of fecal matter?
It gets in the air. I don't think
it does. I don't think it does, and I think there's something either like wrong with your perception or wrong with your body.
Smell after you take a poop?
A smell is not fecal matter.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, that's how smells work.
A tiny little bit is what produces the smell, surely, right? That's the impression I got.
Well, yeah, but it comes from like the smell just isn't fecal matter itself. It just comes from your shit.
So
like that's how like, it doesn't.
So
why are we having this argument?
So when I go like, it all goes in. I mean, this happened like.
Okay, but here, like by that same thing, right? You breathing at all should make you sick every time you go take a shit. Then.
Well, no, but
if that's how it works,
it's normal breathing. That one wasn't. That was like a deep breath.
I mean, I have to pretend to scream when I take shits that are really big. So.
I mean, no. Okay.
And I don't get sick.
Okay,
all
that's
the
a
time.
bit weird. Screaming is an exhaling action, anyways.
No, I have to power up.
Okay, I don't think this is actually real, and I think you're just making this up.
No, I do this.
So
it makes me feel powerful.
Okay, so I'm just gonna let's skip past this because I mean normally I wouldn't think anything of it, but it happened like I got the sore throat a minute or two after it happened, so I'm like,
are you sure you didn't just like hurt your throat with a sharp intake of breath?
I don't know. It's still sore right now. I'm kind of wondering if I just
you were probably due to have that disease anyway. Then.
What you think I'm actually sick? In which case I should have taken that Zycam.
I mean, I don't know. Like, is your head fine?
Yeah, no. Normally, like, colds usually start with the day or so of sore throat, and then it gets to runny nose. So I'm in between wondering if it's shit or if it's an actual cold. Which, I mean, I don't know which one's better or not.
It could also just be based on something you've eaten or drank in the day. I think your throat's just kind of like, fuck.
I mean, yesterday I did eat at a retirement home.
I mean, you probably took in like 60 different varieties of fecal matter right there.
Wow. There weren't even that many people. I did get lost in the place though. And really, I got lost. Really, it's getting lost outside the place because there are several buildings, and I didn't know what building the fucking place they were eating was.
That makes sense.
She said it was the first floor. The thing is on it. The thing is on a fucking hill. So, on one half of the building, it's the first floor, and on the half of the building I was on, it was the second floor. So I didn't know this. And I figured, oh, maybe it's at the community center. It's not at the community center. 20 minutes of my life, like that. Ow. I mean, what, do you read a book in the bathroom then? Surely you gotta do something. You don't take your phone in.
Sometimes I just shit.
What?
I don't take anything with me, I just go in and just shit. And just think. Just have toilet thoughts.
Picture of, shirt of the thinker on the toilet. That's Gavin's kind of merchandise.
Nah. The thinker is for plebeians. I choose to accelerate my thought by planting my products upon the cold marble.
Why is it cold?
Why is your toilet not cold? That's what toilets are.
It's cold like when there's not air conditioning.
We don't have air conditioning in my house.
Don't you have a heater?
I mean, yeah, but it's not air conditioning.
It's conditioning the air.
The radiator isn't air conditioning, that just heats the house.
I can understand the difference, but also, to me, it's kind of the same thing. Like, I'm not necessarily saying an air conditioning unit. Just air conditioning in general. I mean, the toilet used to be cold. I think we have wisened up. Which is essentially, as I've grown older, I learned that I can touch the thermostat. And only sometimes get in trouble. Oh, jeez, the wind's chasing me. Bidet. Honestly, I want to try a bidet. There's a house that I sometimes stay at overnight, and they have a bidet, but I'm like too afraid to try to use it.
I don't really understand the point of those.
It's like it's not my house. It just washes your butt, right? I don't know how effective it is. It seems like it's not very effective.
I feel like just wipe instead of fucking about with that.
I don't want to waste toilet paper, if I can have, machines do it for me.
I feel like I would never be clean if I relied on someone just shooting jets of water.
Well, it shoots the jet of water in, and then you wipe afterwards. I mean, I thought that's kind of implied, right?
Just wipe. Just like just skip that step entirely.
Well, no, because now you're wiping less, you know? You're pretty much just wiping to make sure the poop's gone and also to dry it off. At least that's the impression I get. Sound like a fucking enema.
It might be. You don't know how you have used it.
It's enema light. L-I-T-E. Like, I'm sure it's gotta be effective by this point. We've had years and years to refine it.
I wonder if anyone has been actively trying to advance the field of the days.
I mean, definitely, right? Like, there are probably companies dedicated to it. And they're more successful than you are, buddy.
I mean, that's like saying like, an alive thing is more alive than a dead thing.
You saying you're dead?
Well, yeah, I might as well be with the amount of shit I have gotten done recently.
How many taxes do you pay?
I mean, even when I was employed, like I paid barely any because I was like paid so little in general.
Yeah, as long as you pay taxes, you're alive to the government. So this might not be the same for you, but as long as you're funding their missiles, you know.
I mean, over here we're just funding like the Tories, like fucking rich tea parties with like the most elite in the world. So
Yeah, see, you use a lot less toilet paper, and you use it to dry instead of wiping it all. And the toilet paper can be rough when it's dry, so the water helps alleviate that. You know, like it's easier to wipe out when it's wet. You ever get like those crown wipes?
crying.
You wipe and then on the toilet paper it looks like someone scribbled on it with a brown crayon. Not a crown, but a crayon.
I can't say I have. But alright.
So you gotta be more attentive. Actually, you probably don't even look because you're doing that sit meta. Where you just... I don't get that. You just reach your hand behind and it works.
Yeah, it just works.
I kind of be afraid of like touching the water or something.
How high is the water in your
It's
toilet?
not that high, but you know, it's semi-rational fear.
I don't think it is. Your toilet would have to be near flooding for that to even come close to happening. It's cannons.
Oh shit. I kind of wanted to try doing sit meta after it was discussed, I think on the NLSS actually.
That's very fitting.
And
I'm sure it became a fucking race war after the point of that one. It always does.
And I never did.
I see.
After Monster Hunter World, maybe I can try it. I don't like it. I don't think I'll like it though. Are you one of those?
Don't do
are you
it.
one of those 2 squares people?
No. I use as much as I need to get it clean.
Like 2 squares per wipe. I mean.
Depends on the shit.
Okay, I usually ball it up, so I like my ass essentially consumes toilet paper. I don't like touching the inside of my butt.
Beautiful sentence, by the way.
Even if I'm gonna wash my hands afterwards, which I do, I don't like that idea. It's gross. I don't have ammo. Now look at your poops every now and then. I mean, I'm sure he looks at his poops, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't look at his wipes. I can get that. I mean, honestly, the wiping is the worst part of the poop. Unless it's like, you know, constipation or something. Do you trust public bathroom toilet paper?
I try not to use public bathrooms.
I mean, nor do I, because I'm toilet shy essentially. But
no, my case is just like this is the filthiest shit always ever, and I don't want to put my ass on.
What if it's like a really nice hotel?
I mean, then I'll be fine because it'll be actually get competently cleaned and all that, and it's like, all right, sick.
I'm more like, you know, someone's gonna come in, and that makes me anxious. I can't do it. I mean, I have done it before when it was really bad, but like, It's rough. Really, I just don't like people hearing it. If I had a soundproof stall, I'd be sad.
My main problem with public toilets is the amount of times the seats are wet, because that is like the like, how the fuck, how the fuck do you actual people keep missing the toilet? Like who, like how like fucking deficient a human being do you have to be to miss the goddamn like just the center of the toilet? Like it's most of the toilet, and you somehow still get on the seat.
I mean, I can understand it.
I can't. Like how the fuck do you keep missing?
Because pee isn't always at its highest pressure. Sometimes it's
well, then what you do then? That you adjust yourself to get it in the fucking toilet. Like maybe you hit the fucking squat. I don't know. I don't care. Just you get that shit in the toilet. You don't just like spray and pray all over the seat.
I mean, really, I just always put the seat out. Like that's the easy solution here. It's weird that people seem to believe that putting the seat up is rude or something. Impolite.
I mean, it's that thing from like, if you live in like a house of women, you're meant to like always like leave it down because they need it.
If I was a woman who lived in a house with a man, I would rather they put the toilet seat up all the time and then I have the responsibility of checking it. Oh, I have an egg. Oh shit. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, but Chris, that's because you're an element of the patriarchy.
I mean, like, I don't understand how hard it could be to look down at the toilet before you go, even if you have to go
like,
really bad.
It literally isn't, but, you know. Like, this is the world we live in.
Just, I don't get it. You ever use baby wipes?
Sometimes when we have them in.
I mean, that's kind of like the thing with the bidet, though, right?
Not really, because I'm still swiping on my own hand.
I mean, yeah, but those make it, like, wet. So it's easier. I don't use them anymore, though, because I don't really like them. I've since evolved into toilet paper. Or maybe I should go back.
And I don't really know or care about like the differences it makes. I just do it. Like if it's like usually when we're low on toilet paper or there is no toilet paper,
I hate that shit.
Yeah, I'll default to that. But
we ran out of toilet paper like 2 days ago. I think the only reason we have it now is because we have a guest in our house. But like, this happens too many times in our household. I'm about to just fucking go to Target and buy out all of their toilet paper and then just keep it in the basement so that we never actually run out because I'm so sick of it. I hate having no toilet paper. I use toilet paper for more than just that.
I'm sure you do.
Oh, I didn't mean that, but like, it's like, you know, when you pee, I think I got a small infection from not even doing that properly or something.
What?
On my pee-pee.
Oh, right, okay.
So,
how would you
that
not do
pissed
that
me
properly?
off. And then, that pissed me off. And then, like, after I shower, I like to, you know, what's the word? When you, like, clean out your ears. Not with a quality tip, but with a...
Cleaning your ears?
Yeah, but it's like, isn't there a word for the motion where you go with your finger?
I don't know.
But like, I just put a bunch, like, layered toilet paper on my finger and just do that.
Your poop turned neon blue, Moldy. God.
Well, that ain't right.
That'd be rad.
That's not rad.
That'd be rad.
Do you have those things in your toilet? Those like scent things? Like whenever you flush, it goes through the toilet, or the toilet water goes through it?
Sometimes we have like one put in, but usually we don't.
I don't get that shit.
It's just so like the smell of shit doesn't spread so much.
Okay, here's how you don't spread the smell of shit. You just have the door open. It's not... Actually, I mean, I can see that being bad if it's like the main bathroom of the house, but I mean, I'm not gonna poop in the downstairs bathroom of the house. Are you kidding me?
That's where the cat poops.
Oh, it's this again. Man, I'm off my game because we're talking about poop. It's like my brother closes the bathroom door and turns the fan on.
He turns the what? The fan?
Yeah. And
why?
Because that'll get rid of the poop, I guess. But like, it doesn't. It just leaves the poop.
It just circles the air in the room.
And it leaves the poop smell there for me when I go there next.
Why is your brother a fucking idiot?
I don't know, but it's just leave the door. If you just crack it.
Open the window if you have to do that.
It's a den bathroom.
I don't know. Oh, so there's no window.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of like that, honestly. It's just like...
The only problem with the bathroom window is when someone leaves it open and the cat decides, hey, I can try and get out this, and then I have to like tear his little body from the window as he clings to it.
My problem with a bathroom window is that I don't want people to look at me in the bathroom.
I mean, if someone was looking like in my bathroom window, I would be very impressed because there's this sheer brick wall outside at the back of our yard, and that's hard. They would have to be on top of it to even have a hope of seeing in.
Oh, that's better, but like in my parents' bathroom, it's just like right there. The main road is right there. There are several houses across the road.
That's a curious place for a
People
window.
walk around. It's like, okay.
I guess if you want to watch cars while you take shits. I don't know.
It's like I'll just have the blinds down and turn the light on, which is stupid, and I hate it. Light a match. No. Oh my god. You know what pisses me off? You know when it's yellow, let it mellow shit that I don't understand.
For snow?
Not for peeing.
Okay.
My brother does that. I hate it so much. He just leaves his gross, smelly yellow pee in there.
Wait, is that about? I thought that was just like about checking the codes to make sure you're not like sick. Like, you actually, what is it about?
I don't know if I thought it was a saying. I don't know, but sometimes he just doesn't flush the toilet at all.
I think that's just him being a dumbass.
I don't know what that means, and I don't know why he does it, but it is so gross because like the poop smell fan thing, it's just there for me. I don't want that. Also, when you flush the toilet, do you close it first?
No.
You should do that.
Why?
There's a Mythbusters episode on it.
That doesn't mean anything.
It does!
No, it doesn't mean anything to me. Why would I close it?
Because, or at least make sure your head isn't, right above it when you flush the toilet, because it shoots up.
I mean, I'm not some sort of fucking idiot who, like, tries to, like, stare deeply into the swirling waters or, like, trying to lick, like, the rim of the toilet and, like, collect knowledge or something.
You're exaggerating here. It, like, shoots a thing, a stream up. So, like, any pee that was in there kind of goes into the air above it. It's gross.
I mean, yeah, that's what happens when lots of water like rotates and churns very quickly.
Like, a lot of people don't know that, and it worries me. I just want to make sure everyone's safe in there.
Who the hell keeps their head under the toilet while flushing?
You could be doing something, I don't know. Maybe, you have to take a turn in Fire Emblem Heroes and your phone's across the way.
Across the way?
I mean, I don't know how your bathroom is situated. I don't imagine you put your phone on the back of the toilet, but it could be that.
No, that would be very dumb. Like, how would you use it or see it then?
You have an arm. You just reach your arm over.
You have to also like turn around to the back of the toilet and grab it every time.
Right, you're not a stand pooper. You're a stand wiper. What I usually do is like but I'm like auto battling in Fire Emblem Heroes. I just let it take the turn, wipe, then let it take the turn, wipe.
In my own toilet, we have like a clothes basket in the bathroom, so I just like put my towels on top of that.
Ew! I don't like that.
What? It's for dirty clothes.
I know, the clothes are already dirty, but like, I don't like that.
Why?
I want the poop.
Your weird beliefs about
the poop in the air, dude. Maybe this is why you're sick. All the damn time. You aren't careful about your fecal matter in the air.
It's more likely the reason I'm sick all the damn time is because we have a little hairy, filthy shit running around. He keeps fucking clawing me, so I keep getting like a new variant of cat scratch fever or whatever the fuck it's called.
Is that a thing?
It's like a thing, especially with kittens, where like if like they claw you too much, you know, you just get sick from having a little kitten claws like stabbed inside you.
I thought that was when you were obsessed with the show Cat Scratch on Nickelodeon. You don't know Mr. Blick?
No.
But what were their names?
Someone you give me.
It was like the usual Ed and Eddie trio dynamic, where one was a schemer, one was like logical, and then the other one was an idiot.
The other one was functionally deficient.
The idiot one like newts, I remember that. And then the smart one had a Irish-Scottish accent. I don't entirely remember.
I find that to be racial profiling.
But the smart one?
Yeah.
He worried a lot. Cat Scratch, I liked that show as a kid. It probably only ran for like 5 episodes though, and I never realized. You think like your cat is dipping his claws in poison and then scratching?
No, I think it's just shit, like
literal shit.
Literal shit from his own litter tray. He is like sort of a weird cat. Like he doesn't really bury his poop, but he tries to, but he doesn't use any litter. He just like keeps scratching the walls of the litter box and trying to like use that to bury it. He also does that with his food. Like, he just begins screaming at the ground or the door or whatever, just to try and bury his food for later. Even though he knows full well he's not burying it, he'll sometimes just like then scratch and pretend he unearthed it before eating it again. It's just kind of like, are you okay?
I never really thought about that. I guess it's not that bad. The whole cat possibly stepping in its poop. I just figured it would poop and then walk away like dogs do. But it's entirely.
I mean, it's also more often than not, it's probably it's like his pee more than anything.
That's not a fan of that all of a sudden. When it comes to possibly owning a cat in the future.
I mean, it depends on the cat. Like, Mario like, almost never did. Like, he was like weirdly, insanely accurate and clean when it came to like shitting and like peeing and just using his litter tray in general. Whereas Luigi seems a wee bit, I don't know, like unskilled at it. I don't know.
I thought the little shit was invisible there. Jesus Christ.
Especially early on, he had this problem of like, I don't know. I guess it was like how he messed the litter around to like feel comfortable when he was about to go. Sometimes like his paw would be wet from coming out still, and then you just see like little glistening footprints, and you're just kind of like, oh, for fuck's sake. And then you have to wash the kitchen floor a bit until you find the point where it got dry, and you're like, okay. He's a good kitty, a lot. Well, apart from the fact that he doesn't really have any care for like things in his way when he's climbing on top of stuff. If it falls, so be it. But apart from that, he's a good kitty.
Maybe you shouldn't stack things.
It's not even stack things. If there's something on the table and it's his way, he'll just like bowl into it and run across it. And he doesn't like, you know, let God sort out what happens to it after that.
Yep, that's what you get.
Unless it's like the little table my mom uses for like her laptop and shit in the living room, in which case if there's something on the edge of that, he will very deliberately just sit down and push it off. Like literally anything, like a coin, like a little bit of paper, whatever, he'll just like shuffle it off.
He's cleaning the table, dude. Thank him next time. Now I have the Johnny Test theme song stuck in my head.
What?
It's not pleasant.
Okay.
Because the Cat Scratch theme kind of reminds me of it, and I was thinking about that. Oh yeah, this thing can jump.
Speak of the devil and he shall appear. Hello, Luigi. He's walking out of the room. He's been fed and all, so he's fine. So
cats are never.
He can wander as he likes.
Cats are never really fed.
I mean, just because they keep eating doesn't mean they're not fed, you know.
And we talked about that a lot longer than I thought we would have. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to when this is the poop and pee episode in the description because
I'm gonna do that. I don't even give a
I mean,
shit.
look, I'm gonna do it because I gotta be straightforward with these people, but like
These people.
I can't just be like, what? Oh yeah, this is an episode where we talk about everything ethically. My egg basket. Oh, I don't have enough ink for that. Oh, do you want to move into everyone's favorite segment?
I accidentally hit my inkjet.
Wow.
It's waiting for me to complete the animation before it will let me end the wave.
Oh, you're wasting time.
It made me like wait for the whole inkjet to finish because everyone else was like getting the new weapons and shit, and then it made me bounce in after like I landed again. Mad. Anyway, what did you say?
Are you ready for everyone's favorite segment?
I'll go ahead then.
Gavin hates this segment.
I don't.
There is now less than 72 hours left in the 100% Orange Juice plushie Kickstarter. And that's usually when people start actually like really donating. But it's kind of surprising how there's just been a consistent uptick. You know? Normally Kickstarters don't do that.
I mean, no, they kind of do. And the successful ones do anyway. It's always like, it's never like, oh, it's like some last rush or whatever. It's like been a constant like, you know, upward stride.
I'd be curious how it's going to turn out at the 48-hour mark, because that's like Kickstarter has an option that says remind me 48 hours before it ends.
Yeah.
So I wonder how many people do that. But it's like not that far off. I think it's only 10,000 off from the final stretch goal anyways. Dead.
So nice.
The Sora's sword got unlocked, and then Binding Chains is like 4,000 away.
Hello. Wow.
Nice. And then
Sick though.
Siguri's Accelerator, I think is what it is. Just a pair of wings, it looks like. They're like 89,000, so I think it'll reach it, and I'm gonna be getting everything, baby. So that's sick. I'm surprised I actually did my research for it beforehand, though. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask. What was for dinner?
That's a pair of chops.
I wonder what's for dinner. Chops? What, pork chops?
Yeah.
Just a pair of them?
Well, I wrapped them in like tortilla wraps and eat them like
I
that.
loves tortilla.
It tastes good. Good shit.
Are you sure that's enough to sustain you?
Yeah. See, the thing is, I don't do, like, on days where I don't do a lot, like, mostly the day where I didn't move a lot, like, I barely need to eat, so.
I mean, on days where I barely move a lot, which is like every day, even with my job, I just like, I don't know, I feel like I need to eat a lot, so.
Nah, like, I only really eat when I'm actually hungry, and if I'm not very active that day, then I just don't get hungry, so it's like, well, I just don't eat, don't need to.
I guess you haven't been out and about recently then?
Not really, and to be honest, like, it's because me and there's nothing to do in town, and I don't have any money or a job. And also, it's like, well, you know, you could go on walks and whatever. It's like, I could,
you could.
but we're currently in like the winter asshole part of the year, so you know, ice and snow. Like it was snowing like mad, and the furnace is gonna be like shit weather all week. So it's just kind of like, I could, or I could like continue being comfortable.
We're currently it's in the middle of February, but it's 60 degrees for some reason. It's spring weather, part of winter. Wait a second, that's not a part of winter. Uh-oh. Yeah, I just have a white jacket. I'm comf. I don't suppose that you've been out and about to see if any cops have been around recently.
Why would I be around?
Because
cops have been around
today. I'm like 1 hour total of driving. I saw 3 police. Was it 4? There's 4, right? Unless one of them.
Like the only reason police are like in my neighborhood, cause, like we're like we're like near the end of it. Like we're basically like side streets in the neighborhood almost. Like we're off of main roads. Like so cars only come in here if they have to like stop here or if they need to like turn around and go down the main road the other way.
So you mean you're in like a cul-de-sac?
It's not a cul-de-sac exactly, because like it's just one continuous street, like goes in the other one and curls back up and around. But basically, like, you know, like the only people that come by are people who need to drive through here. The only time you see police around here is when they're doing drug busts. Happens more often than you think.
I think it might be the end of the month thing I was talking about in an earlier Salmon run. I think.
Yeah, the bounty thing or whatever.
Yeah, but it wasn't the end of the month, but now it is.
I mean, it is the end of the month.
Yeah, but like, it's just weird to me. Like, one of them was just plopped there, and I had to actually drive the speed limit of 35 miles per hour on that straight road because he was right there. And I was like,
I mean, I would hope you do that anyway.
Nope, it would no. I never do because it's painfully slow. I didn't even know a car could move that slowly. It is terrible. That was really bad. And then the moment like the hill dipped down so he couldn't see me, I'm like, put that foot on the accelerator, and away I went. But I tweeted about it. There was like this police officer that was, that was like.
I remember this tweet.
Yeah, that I. You know how in the car there's like the windshield, and then there are like those 2 borders on the side of it?
Yeah.
Like, believe it or not, that gets in the way of so many things that I really wish that they were transparent. Like I would pay I'd pay extra for a car that had those that was like semi see-through, because they cover so much shit on turns and stuff. So that basically blocked the police officer that was also at the 4-way intersection I was at. And I did what I always do because, you know, I looked to make sure no one was coming the other way, and then I just made a right turn immediately without stopping at the stop sign. And police had noticed the police officer was right there. I'm just like looking in the mirror, like, is he gonna stop me? Is he gonna put his sirens on? Nope, nothing.
He probably didn't get it. He probably even if he did, so he probably was like, "There's no one there. It's fine. Whatever." Shit.
That's a. I mean,
it's probably not in his interest, like, to chance it or like bother with. He's like, "Fuck it, whatever."
That's what I'm kind of thinking, but I don't know, because I think I saw him in Wawa because the Wawa was near that, and he was like young, so I wonder if he like truly didn't care because he was like young. He's like, yeah, I always.
I mean, if he's also like a local or whatever, he probably just goes like, whatever. Like as long as like they clearly checked, or as long as like there's no issue, like you don't like pull them on. You're just like, fucking fine, whatever. Like you're chancing your arm, but whatever. Like it's not worth enforcing or stopping them or going through the effort.
I kind of wonder how.
Or not.
Like I just always assumed that police, especially on these kinds of things, were like desperate, so they would do it for every little thing. And I've heard stories about that and stuff, but oh, apparently not. Thankfully, because.
Police around here can be like that sometimes. We're just like, this is like, you know, they're just like, whatever, it's fine. Like, I remember sometimes, like, there's sometimes you would like, you get stopped in the place, like, technically I should put you for this, like, it's fine, nah, whatever, like, I don't care, but you know, just watch yourself in case one of my, like, co-workers decides that he's gonna take issue with it instead.
Wow.
But then, like, you know, like, the police are in a very different position and situation here, especially culturally, than they are even in the rest of the UK, so.
Yeah, it's like in the neighborhood where I usually do a dog, and then like earlier, I'm not sure when because my sense of time is terrible, like maybe a month or so ago, there was a police officer driving around the neighborhood. I noticed because it was like he was there when I came in, and then he kind of like looped around twice while I was walking the dog. I'm like, I wonder like why police are checking this neighborhood.
I mean, no, maybe it's a drug bust, dude.
Maybe that's why this police officer didn't really care that I made
he's
a
like,
minor.
He is like, you know, eyeing the neighborhood, keeping an eye on like suspicious signs, like anything to actually keep a watch for.
Like minor felon. Maybe I was blasting music that he liked. I don't remember what song I was playing, but. Maybe that was it. He's like, yeah, that guy's alright. Two 2006, good year. That was like everything. Nice. Nice! Man, it's been forever since I've played Seldom.
Oh, sure enough, that's it.
I forgot to charge my PS4 controller. But while I was watching that Metal Gear Survive stream, like Wilbo's controller was low on battery, that reminded me. So hopefully after an hour of charging, it's fine. Alright, let's check the shop-arinos. Let's see how it goes. Nothing new. Nothing.
Stealth goggles has swim speed up, and that makes me laugh.
Wait, what?
The stealth goggles, like they're just like, you know, like night vision goggles have like swim speed up on them, and that just makes me laugh.
Oh, I know what those are. I'm not sure why it's funny though.
Like swim speed up seems like a weird choice for like something that ostensibly should have like, I don't know, ninja swim on it.
Well, actually, Strimmer, Ninja Squid can only be on shirts.
I know this. I've commented on this before to you many times, so you know that I know this. And yet, here you are.
Sure. By the way, that was Splatoon 2. And we'll be back with Monster.